content series. Some of you have been wondering what the content series is about. You can see my emails here and there. This is the final of that, where we have speakers and Ankara and Gladys coming to talk about storytelling and the application of the design thinking process. So this is the closing ceremony, and we've had speakers from different cohorts share their knowledge on the design thinking process, which was awesome. We've had awesome sessions, and we really thank the speakers a lot. Let's give them a hand. Great job to all the speakers and to everyone that participated. We have Dr. Adomja here, we have Ms. Rose Dodd here, and we'll have them speak and share something to us before we start.
Experiment. It was just a thought experiment that what could we do to sort of grow the design thinking skill. So we just started throwing some ideas around. We said, okay, let's talk to a few people to see whether they would be interested in talking in front of the camera, right, about various topics. And then one thing led to another, and it became an actual thing that we have shot a number of series for. And so it's great that we can have first years talk very eloquently about design thinking. Right? You can imagine what it will look like, 3 years from now. Right?
Yeah. I remember just last week I was out in a cafe somewhere, and I met this guy. He came and we were talking about a project. He's a client of mine. And then he just comes, he's like, oh, and the content series that the design thinking lab is doing. I'm like, how did you know about that? He said, oh, I follow the D Lab on Twitter. And he mentioned the name, that lady, Audrey, came to talk about some pie charts and how it can be, the circles, how it can be applied to analyzing information. I was like, right. That is the D Lab for you. So it's amazing, it really is. Like, it started really small. It sounds like something that we just do, every week you come here and it's like, back and forth, but it's actually making an impact. People are actually paying attention, people are looking. And like Gordon said, can you imagine 3-4 years from now when you guys are in your final year, you'll be like design thinking experts.
Yeah, and I should add, there's many design thinking topics, right? So this is not ending here. If you're interested and you have not presented, there are many design thinking topics that we are going to have you present on if you're interested next semester or next year. So yeah, it's great. It's great that we can develop a knowledge pool of people and really see you excel in application of design thinking. So I'm excited about it.
So in future, we are building this place where people all over the country, right, will come and say, okay, if we want to know about design thinking and how to apply it to whatever, go to Ashesi, right? So thank you guys for being a part of it.
Thank you.
All the speakers from the beginning now.
You realize how much you absorb something, you realize that you are coming to teach to someone. So we took the material as our own because we learned last semester and we didn't take that seriously. But when we were teaching it, we realized that it sunk in well. So try and prime your mind to learn things in a different way. Yeah.
I dug deeper into the research. I just realized that FDE 1 was just an introduction. There is more to it and we need to explore.
I talked about products and services and softwares, and I've come to realize that knowing what's very important in those aspects really influences what kind of solution you're coming up with, because I realized that a product is a representation of your customer. If you know that right from the beginning, it's going to influence your steps you take to coming up with that excellent product.
So I talked about storytelling, and I realized that no matter how good the design process is, if you're not able to articulate the entire process in a good and captivating manner, your entire design process goes to trash. So in telling the story, you need to begin with why that resonates with the people. And if you want to actually go more into it, the guy's name is actually Simon Sinek, so that you can, it's not done. Simon, thank you.
All right, Nick.
Okay, so I'm Niku, and to the 6 people who showed up on my session, I spoke about analysis frameworks. I took the part 1 version. And what I got from it was, when you do your research is before analysis. When you do your research, your brain can really comprehend everything you've gotten down as data. So what the analysis stage does is that it sorts it out, makes it more tangible. And obviously the preparation for the presentation was a very big takeaway, because you get to see what it's like when Dr. Adonja and Nepeti have to gather resources to come.
Yes. Okay, Carol.
Yeah, so I'm Carol. Yeah, thank you. Well, I talked about prototyping, and I didn't really know a lot about it, so there was a lot of ambiguity. Yeah? But yeah, I learned about it and I came to talk about it here. And I still believe in the most important. If I'm Christ telling you that storytelling is the most important, imagine going somewhere to tell a story and your problem is not a fit, and your solution is not fit for your problem. Prototyping is a way to test if your solution is fit for the problem. Thank you.
Okay,
my name is Gladys, and I did a storytelling with Anchor, and I believe that every part of the design thinking process is equally important as every other part. Yes, and from this whole process, I've learned that when you're put on the spot to do something, you put in a lot of effort. I mean, you'll be rewarded for it, and I've learned a lot about storytelling and how it's important and how it creates experience in the life of customers and investors.
Hi, I'm Jessica Kwe, and I worked on the analysis frameworks, particularly on mind maps and 2x2 matrices. So what I took away from it, I understood how they already help with analyzing information, but then when you go a step further, you realize that they are applicable in other aspects of your life, because mind maps can also be used for brainstorming, and matrices can also be used if you are studying and you just want to sort things out and then have a quicker and better grasp of what you are learning. So beyond just the design thinking process, there are other ways that we can apply these processes to our life to make things easier and nicer.
Okay, I'm Audrey, and I touched on analysis frameworks. What I learned was that analysis or analyzing helps takes the skills off your eyes and reveals deeper insights into the research that you've gathered, and that's what I learned. Awesome.
This is going to continue next semester. So those of you who are interested should see me so that I put your name down and put you for next semester. Is that cool? All right. Okay, great. Hello, guys. So what we'll do now is we will have the presenters please go take their food. After you are done, then all of us can. Please, you can.